There is a credit bureau regulation with an extract from the Credit Bureau Act. I can't recall now what is the Act number. But in terms of the regulation 22, sub-regulation 1 and B, all the credit extension entities or agencies or institutions are required to provide credit information to credit bureaus. And NSFAF is no exception. We are a credit extension institution. What we are doing by providing student loan is actually extending credit. So we ought to comply with that regulation. And that's really the reason why we are providing such information or data to the credit bureaus.
Now, will this decision then affect the current students who are still studying?
Yes, but it must be understood to say what we are providing is information, not for the purpose of recovery, but for the information as to who has borrowed. Let me just put it that way. And the current students are debtors. They have borrowed, although they have not completed their study. And like I said, that's different from demanding from them to pay. Mm-hmm. So that's the information that we have to provide in terms of that regulation.
What measures has NSFAF put in place to help students update their loan accounts before the deadline?
Let me also clarify this. There's a difference between the information being provided, which means that we are providing information into our care, or information in our care, and then there's information or there is a requirement for debtors to come and update their information. But mostly, those are the one that what we call mature debt. Those that have completed their study and probably working or earning income. So there's a difference between the two. So measures put in place for the latter group is that we are reaching out to them to come to NSFAF and make an arrangement or inform NSFAF that they are not employed, and so that we don't demand payment from them if they are not employed. As you probably know, that our policy is that we don't demand repayment for those that are not employed. But the moment the debtor is or a former student is employed, they are required to start repaying.
Now, does it matter if this former student completed studies or put the studies on hold? What will happen in that case when a student did half of the studies and did not get the full 4-year payments, or maybe was a college dropout or so?
Now, if a former beneficiary has dropped out, we still require them to repay. But if, like I said again, if they are not employed, we can't force them to repay. They are not employed. But if you were funded for 2 years, somewhere in the middle you drop, you are no longer studying and you have found employment, we will require you to pay for those 2 years that we pay for you.
Now, how can students or graduates check if they have outstanding loans or repayment issues?
By reaching out to our office. Our office are open anytime a former beneficiary want to inquire, if they can reach out to our office. I don't know whether you will recall, sometimes back we announced that we have converted information that was previously on hard copies into electronic format. That enables us to check the information for debtors by simply entering the ID of a debtor, and we'll be able to know that you are on our record and this is how much you owe us. You were funded from this period to this period and you started at this institution and so on. So by reaching out to our office. But we also have a process of reaching out to our debtors by sending them demand letters or reminders that they owe us and therefore they should come forth and make an arrangement for them to pay, to start fully paying their loan.
Now, finally, how is NSFAF ensuring that data privacy and security are followed in this process?
We are only providing this information to credit bureaus agency as required by the law or by the regulation I stated earlier. So the information is very much protected.